Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Lucky 56.
And for Jackson, this may be a free play. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Flushed out right. Caught right side. It's Snead. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that one. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. Steps, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Justin Houston able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And an alley to run. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, Jackson flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Brown, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He finds an opening past the 40. Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins, 62 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Before Baltimore takes their first snap on this next drive, just looking at their schedule coming up. At Atlanta, then at Kansas City. So if you're thinking about their playoff chances, they're 6-5 right now. It's going to be a tough schedule up ahead.
It certainly is because they're at Atlanta, Kansas City, right? So here's the deal. Everyone knows Atlanta's probably out of the playoff chase, but that's a prideful organization, and they will play very well, and you'll have a lot to deal with on the road in Atlanta. And then at Kansas City's got to keep winning to try and stay ahead of the Chargers in the race in the AFC West. So there should be no letdown there. So you're exactly right. Tough games coming up, but with their defense, and I would expect Lamar Jackson to continue as their quarterback, they're going to like their chances. Yeah,
and worth noting that if the season ended today, Baltimore would have the number 6 seed. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. Kansas City set to get the football back, and allow me to go back to that Monday night game on November 19th, because that was one of the most talked about games in recent memory, 54-51. How fun was that?
It was a blast, and here's the best part. It was anticipated, that game, right? Think of the last time you anticipated a game that highly in the NFL. And those two put on a show beyond our expectations. And Patrick Mahomes, he may have thrown the interceptions late, but I think he walked out of that game with the rest of the league and anyone who watches football saying, we could very well have a transcendent type of a quarterback right in front of us.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
On second down, Collins. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Here's a first down run with Collins, and he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Buying time to his left. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jackson on first down. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Play action. Now it's Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the 2nd time in a 3-game span. And then the Cowboys against Washington. I thought that was a terrific game, and Dallas got a much-needed win.
Yeah, Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're sitting atop the NFC East.
Yeah, they're tied with Washington, and they split their season series. So a lot of football left to be played in that division. And, of course, we finished it all up. Atlanta at New Orleans. And how strong and how hot are the Saints?
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll try and run forward with Collins. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Touchdown City, baby. Touchdown City.
And John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you got all that open space, the big guys leading the way.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. Looking downfield for Kemp. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So a minute 56 to play in this 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's the option going left on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And an alley to run. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Jackson on first down. Now he's flushed out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Chris Jones able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And out come the Chiefs now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Left. So. Check 48's the mic. Check 48's the mic. So.
Mahomes now on first down. Steps away to his left. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Green 39.
Now Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
Ace.
Now it's Mahomes again. And this is going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down, here's an option late. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And that is incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
It certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Allen Bailey in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out in your midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. They run again with Ware. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's third down and inches.
Green 39! Green 39!
Mahomes takes it himself, and he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
As we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Here we go now. Green.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. Gets through, and now an opening. How did he stay on his feet? Whoa, it still won't go down. And out across midfield down to the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Here's Collins. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third down and 12. From the gun, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now here's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Being chased out left. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Black 58, Real. Black 58.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. To throw, it's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So an interesting call there to take for 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's exactly what this play is supposed to look like when it's executed properly. The handoff inside was taken away as well as the pitch man, but the quarterback made the perfect decision and kept it and sprinted deep downfield.
On the give, this is Collins running left, and he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. Here's Jackson, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
No, Jack, Patriot!
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. He's going to keep it. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
No, Jack, Patriot! Watch the screen!
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Dancing to his left. That is caught inside the 5 and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. This time Jackson will throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Jackson to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the line. Linebacker C.J. Mosley. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Carrying one deep for Crabtree. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle down.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defense.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Detroit! They're going to try and run the option right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Yeah, the option play working flawlessly right there. What'd you think of the call?
Love the call. That's really football 101 to me. 2-point conversion, run quarterback option. That means he can either keep it himself or pitch it to a trailing back. That usually opens things up for an offense.
Fielded about a yard deep. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safe. Offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now Newton on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Panthers offense trots back out there, and this is a team that has now lost 3 straight, so they were 6-2, now 6-5. You saw their last loss against Seattle. That was a tough one to swallow.
It certainly was, because they couldn't ring the bell in the red zone. That was the problem. They got down inside the 10 and didn't put enough touchdowns on the board, and that came back to haunt them. Now, people are going to look at their schedule and think, okay, they can get right the next 2 weeks, because they go to Tampa Bay and then they go to Cleveland. Well, Tampa can put 500 yards of offense on you at the drop of a hat, and they won last week, so they feel better about themselves. And how about Cleveland? They're on a winning streak. 2 straight wins, and they vanquished Cincinnati last weekend, so none of these are going to be easy for Carolina. Greg Olsen, their tight end, put it best. People said, hey, can you get on a 3-game winning streak? He said, 3? Let's start with 1 and try and get back on the beam.
They also do have to face New Orleans still twice going down the stretch. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a third down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Newton. Got a man, it's right. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
20.
To throw is Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Snickers.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a 1st.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Eight. Check. 59. Double bump.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Single. One day. Set. 180. Snickers.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger eluding the pressure right. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Set. Like 80.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James. Bradbury. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now following the interception, here's Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It got his man complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A fantastic connection that time. Newton to Funchess, 45 yards. Newton on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Gano the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Pittsburgh football here, and the Steelers that lost last week in Denver. That didn't hurt necessarily their playoff chances, but it did really hurt their chances for a first-round playoff bye.
Yeah, they're a game and a half up in the AFC North. They should be okay for their division. But when you talk about getting that open week at the end of a tough, grueling season, everyone wants that. So you're exactly right about how that hurts. But this is why they lost to Denver. -4 in turnover differential in the game, and they still had a chance late. Ben Roethlisberger threw an interception in the end zone, sealed their fate. Again,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He's going to go deep for Funchess. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First carry for James Conner. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Jack 16. Side. 180. 8.
Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Snickers, you got to spin. Snickers, you got to spin.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Jordan Berry now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken at the 37. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 up near midfield. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of grounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. On 1st down, Newton. And this one's incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. To the air again, Newton. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. With that incompletion, let's look forward to the rest of the NFL season. You know, a lot of people say the season doesn't really get exciting till after Thanksgiving. Well, what are you looking forward to in the month of December?
I do like that expression because each sport has its own, doesn't it? Teams that are in 1st place July 4th in baseball, that's who's going to win the division, right? That's one of the old adages. We go on and on, but for me, this is what I'm going to look forward to. The NFC East could be a 3-team race. How about the revival of the Chicago Bears? And last but not least, the AFC West is controlled by Kansas City, but the sleeper team, the Los Angeles Chargers. Keep an eye on them.
Yeah, they're knocking on the door with just 3 losses. KC with 2. Forced out to his left. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. K1 short in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
Double bump. Snickers, 66.
Now Ben on third and long. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Julius Peppers in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the gun, here's Newton. And right with it here over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a first down throw for Newton. Going for the deep ball. And it's intercepted at the goal line. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And some space here. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Brandon, sometimes we give a lot of these running backs credit for being good receivers, and all they catch are swings and screens. Le'Veon Bell's a full member of the passing game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether he's split out of the backfield or not.
Well, no doubt he can catch it, coming off a career-high 85 receptions in 2017. The Steelers, of course, had all the questions lingering with Le'Veon Bell. Tip of the cap to James Conner. He really has filled in nicely.
He prepared himself as if he were going to be the starter right from week 1. And I got to see him in preseason, and you saw a little bit of everything. His ability to run inside, also run to the perimeter, catch the ball in the backfield. And how about his season opener against Cleveland? They didn't win the game, but he played awfully well, 135 yards rushing, and he helped close out a big win at Tampa Bay in Week 3 on Monday Night Football with some nice runs down the stretch.
The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Blue 30. No. 8. Double bump. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Snickers, 66. Hey, Jack 16. Motion, watch 10, watch 10. You good, he coming across? Jack 16. 59 Mike, check, 59.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Monday. All right, let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. That's complete right around the 8. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Roethlisberger will hand a counter. Fights off the defender. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Like 20. 8.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Shaq Thompson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Snickers, 66.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Boswell good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10, Newton again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, 30 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Finding the safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Roethlisberger, and his throw's going to be incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They had that lead that is now gone. It is completely gone. Yeah, how does that affect the psyche? Or am I reading into that too much? They should be okay still?
No, you're not reading into it too much at all. You've got to wonder what the psyche is of the team, because once you build up a lead and things are rolling pretty well, you don't expect it to change. And for it to change this dramatically, and now they're the team doing the chasing, yeah, you want to check out where they are mentally and whether or not they have it in them to come back. We'll soon find out.
Yeah, they're on their heels a bit right now. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. A shotgun snap for Newton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. Now Newton on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Daniel McCullers in on the stop. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that will keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there to get him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Newton to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 52 yards. Newton on first down. Steps away to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game. From the gun, here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. This is taken at about the 14. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. He's back to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Morgan Burnett. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
4 down. Snickers, 66.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Flush to his right. Goes underneath for Bell. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Boswell for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a two-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Moore now to return. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Newton. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Newton. Sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Bud Dupree. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run with Ernest Payne. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. They come out here in the eye. Roethlisberger going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And Roethlisberger taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.